Here.
Erica?
Here.
Jeremy?
Here.
Mike?
Here.
MC?
Here.
And JJ is out.
Is coming in the door here in just a second.
Done.
Okay, if you'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you this evening, Lord, thankful for everything you do for us and that you've done for this city. The way you blessed us with the police department that we have, the fire department that we have, and the other officials here, Lord, and the citizens of our city. We thank you, Father, for your blessing. We ask you, Lord, to have us conduct this meeting with dignity and forgive us where we fail you. In Christ's name we pray.
And tonight we're going to break with tradition a little bit. We're going to start with a few recognitions. You'll bear with me just a moment. Chief, and start with Ross.
I have Chief Jordan come up. So Chief Jordan has decided to call it quits after over at least 28 years in the fire service. He started in Eureka, I believe. He's been over 20 years at Bentonville. He's been with Case Springs since 2007. He became chief here in 2020. So, Gary's done an outstanding job. He was the first paid full-time chief here for the city. He oversaw the completion of the new fire station, instrumental in getting us changed from completely volunteer to a combination department, full-time staff. Lowered our ISO rating from a 4 to a 3 here in the city. So, on behalf of myself and the department and the city, we just wanted to give you a couple of tokens, certificate, just announcing your retirement for the fire department. Appreciate it. Another tradition in the fire service is anytime somebody retires, they get to keep their helmet that they wear. So you can hang that up in your garage.
Appreciate it.
It's been an honor to serve the city. It's come a long way, I think, and I appreciate all the city staff, employees that's helped me along the way. Without them, I couldn't have done it either. So I appreciate it, and hopefully it'll go on. And thanks to the mayor.
Thank you very much. Next, would the event committee please come up?
You pick it up, yes, we pick it up. There we go.
And I've got a certificate of appreciation and recognition of the great job y'all did on a very short term. This group met for the first time to organize in September, and to go from not even meeting each other in early September in some cases to actually being able to do what they did here at the Christmas and Cave event was very impressive. this certificate for, and we'll put it in a prominent place in City Hall, but it is for the event committee. And I want to say thank you on our behalf from the city and for what you did for the city in this event.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is Officer Hammersley? Scott. Come here. Yeah, he's not retired.
I'm not retired.
I just want to say we've not had an opportunity to do this in a long time. This is the first person to have 10 years with the city of Cave Springs. He's accomplished that this month in probably 10 or 12 years. So I want to say thank you very much for your service to our city and for the continued service. And last but definitely not least, today is the last regular meeting for one of our council members. Would you come up? I worked with MC for a lot of years. He was on council for a number of years. He was on our Water and Sewer Committee at that time. He's been on Planning Commission, back on City Council, and now the chairman of the Water and Sewer Committee as well. So for this certificate of appreciation is for his many years of meritorious service to the city and the people of Cave Springs and in all of the different roles he's had. So thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is approval of tonight's agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve? Got a motion by JJ. Do I hear a second? Second by Mike. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. That was approved. Next item is the November 18, 2025 minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve? Okay, got a motion by Mark. Do I hear a second? Second by JJ. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. That's approved. Next is the financials, and we're going to let Carl come up and speak to those.
So I'll be right up front and tell you that we still have some work.
Can you turn the mic on? We're not able to hear you.
How do you turn it on? Oh, okay. So I'll be first to tell you that we still have some work left before I have a financial statement that I want to issue to you. I think if I issued you what we have right now, it would just confuse the point and muddy the waters. And until I have one that is a little bit cleaner, I don't want to release financials. So I'm working as fast as I can, guys. It's 7 years worth of stuff.
All right. Thank you. And so do I hear a motion to table the financials?
So moved.
Got a motion to table financials. All in favor, say aye. Or wait, gotta get a second first. Second from Jeremy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Those are tabled. And let entertain a motion to table the water and sewer financials as well.
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Erica, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that passed. Next item is the fire department report.
It's just been business as usual, getting Tony up to speed on everything as far as the building goes, and, so should be business as usual. Nothing's gonna change, as far as the leadership.
What about
That's the only thing's gonna change is the leadership, but,
when?
Tony,
What's your latest statement?
December 31st,
And then who's your successor?
Chief Wright. And he was chief here for several years before most people know him. He's done it, been in the capacity for a long time. He retired from Bentonville. He's been over there full time with me for a year or so, but he's been on here for 30 something years. So,
Right, leaving it in good hands.
yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks, Gary.
Next item is police report.
You guys have all the stats in front of you if you got any questions on that, but I do want to mention, since the last meeting, we did get an officer got hurt on a call. Without going into too much detail, he's fine. He had to have surgery on both his legs to fix a problem that came up during the call. Again, I'll talk to you guys more about it if you want to know more about it. But it was a pretty hot call, and he was running and damaged both his knees, and pretty severely. That required surgery. He just got home last week. He was in the hospital, then in a rehab facility for a few weeks. So he finally gets to come home for the holidays, but he's going to be out a while. But he will be able to come back. The doctor has assured us that after a long stint in rehab, he should be back. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed. He's a great officer, and I don't want to see him go. So he's determined to come back. So we're looking forward to his return. But other than that, like I said, you guys got the stats in front of you. And as for Chief Jordan, it was absolutely a pleasure to work with you, Chief. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the practical jokes we played on each other over the past couple of years. I think I'm up on that count still on the jokes, but it was a lot of fun. He's a great guy, and I wish him the best. You have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Next is planning.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Planning Commission met last night. We only had one item on the agenda. It's the rezoning for bond property located up on Farrar Lane, at the kind of intersection where Farrar Road meets Farrar Lane and shoots back off to the east. This is something that was previously brought before that y'all looked at. It was a PZD that we had worked on quite extensively that the developer ended up not purchasing it, so they're looking at rezoning that back to A1. So all things go in the right direction. Is potentially something you'll be looking at next month. So, well, that was the only item that we had. No items this month from planning for y'all. And then we met today in here with Garver, continuing work on the zoning code, and we're just kind of wrapping everything up for the end of the year. So that is all I have, unless y'all have some specific questions.
So they're looking at rezoning back to what are they looking at?
Agricultural, just regular agricultural A1.
So that shouldn't really be a problem with that PZD.
No.
So there should be no holdup then with that.
We're looking at different things. I mean, there's potential that they were wanting to move some lot lines around, from the planning commission standpoint, but for a pure rezoning standpoint, as far as lot sizes, dimensions, all those things, they all fit the requirements still for A1.
Okay, so Should be no major holdups, sir.
Okay, thank
I
you.
don't think so.
Last meeting, we discussed the vacation of these lot.
Yes, sir.
It's over here, that's not on the agenda. Is this supposed
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, yeah.
On the second page. Okay, okay. Y'all good?
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Next item is water and sewer.
Hello, everyone. Let's start with the open work orders. We have 2 active leaks scheduled to be repaired tomorrow and Thursday. A few other housekeeping work orders. Nothing really of note other than the cut and cap of the sewer line to abandoned wastewater treatment plant 1. That will be cut and cap this Friday. That's what we're planning for. We have 1 open position still. I have extended a job offer to a gentleman. We're waiting on the background check. So as long as that goes well, then we should be fully staffed. The water loss report went from 52 to 45% water loss. We did some exploratory digging on some of the areas that we thought had galvanized in it. Turns out it was all PVC, so that leaves 3 areas that we know for a fact have galvanized. 2 of those are going to be abandoned when RDOT comes through, and then 1 we had budgeted for next year, PVC and galvanized replacement as a line item. The lines that we thought were galvanized but are PVC, that money is going to go to replacing the final area in the city that we know is galvanized that's not going to be replaced by RDOT. So we'll start on that project January, February. Other than that, don't really have too much else to report. Any questions?
Thank you.
Just a comment, that looks like an excellent reduction in water loss.
Yes.
Right. Was that expected, or was it more than expected, or less?
Well, typically when you sell less water, your water loss goes down, so it's kind of correlates with that. But we did, the accounted for water loss was approximately 48% of the water loss, so 23% of the total water loss is unaccounted for water loss. So we can approximate that we lost about half that, and we fixed those leaks that we were using.
The gallons lost, that you're confident about that, you're buying less, you're running less through the system. But the percentage was a good decrease too.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like progress to me.
Yes.
And just keep doing it, I mean, you've been working hard at it, and I know you're on top of it, so that's a great result.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to seeing that trend continue.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is engineer's report.
Comment on a couple of water and sewer projects we have going. We've talked about the NACA project, we're finalizing the final paperwork for final reimbursement with the state on that. All paperwork has been signed. We just need to submit it to the state and hopefully get reimbursement probably in the first part of next year. The decommissioning and close out of your old plants and drip fields are almost complete. Like Will said, we're waiting for one of the final things to complete is the cut and cap, and he's got scheduled for the end of the week. We've wrapped up 2 more projects, Roberts Road water line extension. The final pay request was processed, as well as final pay request for the Otter Creek Lift Station surge protection project has been completed. So good news, getting these things off the books. As far as other projects around the city, if you've not had an opportunity, Bright and Midway have been paved. If you've not been to drive through there, it's a lot wider than it was in the past. Traffic signal continues to move forward. The poles have been set at that location as well. We're waiting on some brackets, and I'm still waiting on the final timing as to when they're going to stretch the cables and install the lights across the intersection. Please note that they will be temporary for a period where flashing each way, to turn them on, that's a requirement for the state. That'll be probably a week, 2 weeks worth of flashing that goes to take place. As far as drainage, there's an item on the agenda that we went through in detail at the last meeting, and an order is prepared for you to move forward with the evaluation and recommendations that was done at that time. Any questions?
Thank you. Next is attorney's report.
Good evening. So a couple items to piggyback off of what Daniel spoke about with the drainage recommendations that's on your agenda later. That's going to require some code changes. We've been working on, as Daniel probably talked to you about at the work session last week. We met on a couple occasions with Will, Daniel, myself, and the mayor, and gone over a number of these issues, and they're going to require some code changes. So I'm working on that. We've talked about it kind of internally as far as the timeline of like the next 90 to 120 days. In other words, 3 to 4 months, perhaps spring of next year to have those code changes in place. So the item on the agenda tonight, gives us the go-ahead from you guys to get that moving forward, and we'll bring that to you all for review and discussion on those various items. A couple other things that we're working on. I've met with David and Madison on a couple of planning process issues that we're working through. So I'm doing some work with them. Also, as Daniel mentioned, with the decommissioning just about done on the golf course site, we're getting ready to do the property transfers. A wrinkle that came up was RDOT is also looking at acquiring some of that property that was our treatment plant for the 112 expansion project. So I've spoken a couple times with RDOT representatives over the last 2 weeks. That's getting ironed out on how we're going to do that, because that property we've already said was going back to the golf course. And then lastly, just kind of an item for next year, for some of that mayor and I kind of fell upon. We've had a number of issues come up, or questions that kind of deal with traffic or with parking. And one of the things that we've noted is that area of the code really hasn't changed much in 20 to 25 years. There's just not a lot there. Where we have done quite a bit in other areas. That's one where we're kind of lacking on some tools, and so we get complaints. Despite we can always have the PD go out and take a look at it, seems to create a hazard. But that may be another kind of thing that we need to kind of pay a little bit of attention to. I told the mayor we're going to gather some information on that and bring that forward next year. That seems to be kind of a gap in our code right now. So that's just a few items to report on tonight. Any questions for me?
I have one. So with the code change, the development that's before us, they will have to follow what was written up for the code.
That was correct. That was the intention of that the ordinance that's being passed tonight, was to go ahead and get those in place. But also, if you notice, sunsets, and we intend to replace that ordinance that's being passed tonight with the code changes in the next 90 to 120 days. Some of those changes are actual changes to the code. Other ones are changes to interpretation or practice. And we're trying to figure out the best way to comprehensively do that. Plus, we have different areas of the code. We have the development regulations that are in like the subdivision code. But we also have the drainage criteria manual. So we have several different areas where these like park, and that's what we're working on. But I understood from the council that you guys want to go ahead and kind of get those in place the best we could now. And what this says that in 120 days it's going to sunset. By that time we'll have the code changes in place. But yeah, they should go in effect now.
And then I know you still agree with we're not going to have another situation like Hillcrest with the changes before us tonight, correct? Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is clerk treasurer's report.
Thank you.
All right. Next is the mayor's report, and I don't have anything other than to say that it is it was very nice to be able to have the recognitions and be able to do things that are positive and represents things that we're doing for the community. So I really appreciate the guys that were here tonight, the ones that are leaving, the ones that are stepping up. It's really exciting to see things moving forward. Next item is public comments. Anyone? If not, we'll go ahead and the drainage was discussed by the engineer. Our next item on the agenda is previous business, and we do have an ordinance to rezone the property that was here to be reconsidered on Ford Lane. Do we have the representatives? Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading by title only? So got a motion, was that JJ? Second by MC. And all in favor, or roll call, I mean?
JJ?
Yes.
MC?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
All right, that passed. Our next item will be do I hear a motion to approve?
So.
Got a motion by JJ, do I hear a second? Second by MC. And now it's open for comments, so you have the floor.
Okay. Good evening, Will Kellstrom here on behalf of the potential developer of the property. As you all know, if you don't, this looks familiar. This was denied on October 28th. Last meeting at work session, we brought it back under a motion for reconsideration, and that passed, and that's how we got here today for reconsideration of this item. For those of you that were not there, at that work session, we discussed and answered a lot of questions about drainage, which I think is a large part of why this was denied the first time. And so at the last meeting, Taylor here with Crafton & Toll, the engineer on the project, brought some exhibits and gave some explanations as to our plans for the property. And for those of you that were not at that work session, we are prepared to give that same presentation and answer those same questions tonight, as well as any other questions that you all might have regarding the property or the project. So with that, I'm going to hand the mic to Taylor over here. Thank you.
Good evening again. Taylor Lindley with Crafton Toll is going to bring by one of the exhibits from the from the work session. But pass these out just in case. All right, so as discussed a week ago, this exhibit, the three exhibits that I prepared for you all, is to indicate the existing drainage patterns that exist on the site on page 1. On page 2, it would show with the development how the drainage patterns would change on the site, but how they would, in effect, not change on the surroundings. And I'll go into more details in a little bit. On page 3, that was just to identify the different structural controls that we have both within the pond and on the outflow of the pond to reduce the flow rates leaving the site, and also with that level spreader detail to spread the water out and reintroduce a sheet flow condition to the runoff as it leaves our site to the west. So trying to be good neighbors to everybody downstream, and then we're required by code to reduce the flow or maintain existing flow rates or reduce them. So all that to say, the green boundary, for those that weren't there a week ago, that's everything that drains through our site. There is a little bit of the drainage area that would be from Brentwood, specifically in the backyards of those few homes there that drain to the southwest, and then ultimately all kind of drains through the low area to our west boundary. There is a little bit of the water on the south side of the site that bypasses, goes directly south into the larger ravine to the south. That's existing conditions.
And we are not, none of the runoff from Hillcrest drains this way. It would all drain back to the east. So there's a little bit of a corner on our northeast corner, that adjacent property owner, that would drain onto us. So if you look at page 2, you can see the green boundary outside of our site does not change. We're not going to affect any of the drainage to the north or the east. We will allow it to all come on to our site and pass through our site in some sort of drainage control structures. Most likely storm pipes and then into the detention pond, and then through a floating section and that level spreader leaving the site to the west. The boundary on the south, we will reduce the drainage area that's draining off to the south. And as discussed last time, the seller of this property is the owner of the property to the south, and ultimately this will all drain into that ravine before their property or their homes are back up that hill. So no effect on the property owner to the south. And then the property owner to the west, like I mentioned, will have a detention pond on site. It has not been designed yet, waiting to get into the heavy weeds of the engineering upon approval of the rezone. So the size is just a placeholder for now, but in general, somewhere in that low area on the west boundary is where we would place the detention pond, have an outlet structure that controls the flow rate out and discharges to the west. So on that page 3, the first structure on the left side of the sheet, that's just a typical box style outlet structure shown with a weir in it, and essentially we would size that dependent upon the pre-developed flow rate. So for the different storm events that may grow, because you got to pass more water through during the 100-year storm event. So that just gets sized in our modeling software to accommodate the flow rates and meet the pre-developed flow. The second structure you see is that level spreader, and this is just generic detail again. The picture shows it a little bit better as to what we're trying to accomplish. Essentially, it's a kind of a trough on the downhill side of the flared-in section that allows water to settle out into that trough and spread out before ultimately overtopping the restriction of it and leaving the property. And so what it does is it creates more of a sheet flow condition. It's sized based on the flow rate of the water leaving the pond and prevents a point discharge on our neighbor. So the water would sheet onto the neighbor more so than the point discharge out of the flared-in section. So those were the exhibits that we discussed last week related to drainage. If there's any more questions on that, I'm happy to address them. And if we want to talk about any of the other comments or questions that came up during last week's work session, I'm happy to do that as well. But I'll give the floor to you all for questions.
You did a very good job at answering all my questions. I just wanted to share
Sure.
with Mark, because we do not talk about voting issues outside meetings. What I was impressed with, because I made my comments, I was very much against it due to the Hillcrest subdivision being such a mess and all of the effects that happened to Brentwood. And you came that day and said, it's just gonna go on the other property and it meets city code. All I could think of was Hillcrest and what a mess it was, and still is in many ways. But I was very impressed with the green route, how they even considered Brentwood drainage. I didn't know it went up that far because they're shook. And this is where it connects to Hillcrest. So I was very impressed with the green outline. I did ask a question here about these homes since they were looking at the detention pond here, and they assured these homes would not be affected if that overfilled with a 100-year event. And with the, that's why I asked Daniel earlier with the things that are before us for drainage. I asked him if, if all that would have been in place, would Hillcrest have been such a mess? And he, as you heard him say, that he believes it wouldn't have been. So with their detail and their explanations and able to answer all of my questions, it has changed my view. And also one thing that he did point out, so that you didn't happen to mention, that these old turkey houses aren't beneficial to our groundwater at all, because who knows what's in that. Well, my thing is, who knows what's in those, let alone what is seeping down below. So, but those, I just wanted to share my thoughts.
No, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys coming back and showing the efforts you're making to mitigate. It's been a long-running problem of drainage issues. Right? It's well known. We don't need to talk about it. as a body, we're being more deliberate, more careful, more intentional about approving these. In the past, it was kind of easy to wave things through, almost a rubber stamp. We're trying not to be that way, but this extra legwork, it looks good. I appreciate you coming back.
We thank you for the opportunity to come back.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any other discussion? Roll call, and is this 27?
This will be 27, 2025-27.
Roll call.
MC,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
and JJ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor. I don't think I read the.
Oh, you did read it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back and do the,
I'm sorry, can I go ahead and read the ordinance, and then let's go ahead and
okay.
about that.
We'll vote again.
And that was 27. Ordinance number 2025-27, City of Cave Springs, Benton County, Arkansas, an ordinance to rezone approximately 25.55 acres of real property located at 579 Lane from agriculture A1 to single-family residential R3 in the City of Cave Springs, Arkansas.
So now let's go ahead and have a motion and a second for.
I'll make a motion.
JJ make a motion. Second. Second by MC. And roll call. Sorry about that.
This is the second roll call.
For this vote. It's the first roll call for the official vote. The other wasn't
Gotcha.
because it wasn't
Just
following
wanted to
the
clarify.
protocol.
Okay, so we're gonna start back with MC,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
and JJ.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That did pass. Next item is the resolution confirming reappointment of Jason Strecker and Fallon Henry to their positions on the planning commission. Do I hear a motion to approve? Got a motion by Erica. Do I hear a second?
I did, so Jeremy, I think.
Okay, JJ seconded. And what is this resolution number?
58.
58? Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. And that passed. Next item is the resolution to approve the 2026 budget. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. That's resolution 59. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. That's approved. Next item is a resolution authorizing the mayor to negotiate a real estate contract for property on Main Street. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So.
Got a motion by MC. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Do I hear any discussion?
This is, to review, this is the property right over here
Yeah, north of the park, adjacent
to the park. So we would be selling property that we barely own in the town anymore. Correct? Okay, just want to make sure.
Is there anyone here to speak to this? Is there any further discussion?
I think we should, my opinion is I think we should hold on to whatever we can in the city and work with the landowner to, the purchaser to, try to meet their needs a different way.
Any further? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I heard 3 ayes. Do I hear any no?
Sure.
Yeah, raise hands if you would, please. All opposed, like sign.
Aye.
And I'm not going to vote on this one. I do think there's a better way to do that through planning and variance. So at this time, that one fails. Next item is a resolution, an ordinance to vacate an alley and portions of right of way. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading?
So,
Okay, got a motion by Mike. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Roll call.
Mike,
yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
JJ,
So MC and I are recusing from the vote. Do we recuse for this part of the vote as well?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm represent the Haney's. I am the one who brought this application to the city, and so I'll be recusing myself.
Okay. Same for me. Okay. So that was, ordered.
that is ordinance number 2025-28.
Okay. And that was 4 votes, yes?
4 votes, yes.
Okay, so it did pass. Just
Sorry, I've lost the ordinance number.
It's
28.
28.
Thank you. Okay. Ordinance number 2025-28, City of Cave Springs, Benton County, Arkansas. Ordinance to alley and portions of right of way located on East Midway Avenue in the City of Cave Springs, Arkansas.
do I hear a motion to approve?
So,
Okay, I got a motion from Mark. Do I hear a second? Second from Mike. Any discussion?
Yes. Did we talk about the 50-foot of, that we talked about last time? Potential utilities? Did we work that out?
Did,
Because last time we discussed keeping the, 50
the
foot of right of
utility
way
easements.
would be beneficial to the city, so it didn't close us off completely.
Yes, that's what we discussed.
So, was that, well, what's going on with that?
Only person I've spoken to about it is the Haney's son. We had some discussions back and forth. My understanding is that they were okay with it. So,
Can we ask their attorney? Is that legal?
So, I'm sorry. They were okay with with what? I'm sorry.
with the city retaining a easement over the larger of the 2 right-of-ways, the one that is 50 feet wide, that runs from Midway north to the other adjacent property.
Okay. If we would need to,
Amend.
what's that?
Would it be amended?
It would, yeah, we would need to probably craft that legal of what the retained utility, would it be utilities that we would retain?
Yeah, the utility, access to utility easement.
Yeah, and so if that's what, here, that's what the council wants, if that's what, well, we said, put it this way, that's what the council wants to do, is to retain that easement, we would need to do some work to do that.
Okay, I was under the impression that all that work would be done tonight. I would hate to. That's what I thought. I thought someone was reaching out to JJ as their legal representative, not just talking to the son. To me was not enough.
The son reached out to me, and I had to contact David for discussions. It was late last week, so we're on kind of a short, obviously.
Oh, because it was only last week.
Yeah, it was only last week, so we were on a pretty short timeline. I'm not sure when we had that.
It was last week, and then maybe even yesterday, I exchanged some emails.
Yeah. So it's been,
Maybe, it may have been this morning.
Yeah.
Actually.
But the desire to have a retained easement, what I would advise is that we table it, allow us to build in that retained easement, and then we can have that ready, the next week or two.
If the son is in favor of that, I just think that it's in the best interest of the city to retain that, and if the son's fine with it, I think.
It may be in their best interest as well, when they still having that access. So if y'all are willing, I don't mind calling a special meeting for the next work session to go ahead and get it wrapped up if that's acceptable.
But it would depend on what the council wants to do. I think you have a motion on the table, so.
Yeah.
Brian's here, yeah. sunset.
If you don't mind, I'll speak.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I don't think we have any problems with having an easement on the property. All I asked of David is if we could have some say in how large that easement is. Actually, I didn't say this to David. It was, are we going to take the whole 50 feet down through there? It does make sense to have access for utilities to me. It's just a matter of really kind of where does the city see the need for that and what it looks like. But otherwise, we're okay with that.
And that would be what this tabling and getting a little extra time for y'all, you would have input in that, so it would be between y'all and our people.
All we ask is that we try to get it done as fast as possible. Obviously, we've been at this for quite some time.
Right.
And, you know, whether the easement's ever used in the future or not, we don't know. But we understand, obviously, the need for an easement in the future, so.
Did anybody make a motion to table?
Not yet?
I move to table it, and I'm okay with it being put on the work session as a special item, since it was such a short timeline for both the city and you to work together to get it done. A week isn't enough.
Okay.
Sure needs, it sounds like.
So I've got a motion to table and to include this as a special meeting on the work session. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Roll call.
Yes.
Erica.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
JJ.
You, sorry.
Yes.
Can I just ask, what time frame are we looking at?
The work session's the second Tuesday in January.
Okay.
So it'd be, wouldn't wait until the end of the month this time.
Okay. And so we need to be at that meeting? Is that
You can be.
or do all the work beforehand?
The work needs to be done in advance and it'll come in ready to go.
Okay.
It's January 13th.
Okay. Thank you.
Next item is an ordinance accepting the drainage evaluation recommendations. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third reading? So moved. Got a motion by JJ, do I hear a second? Second by Jeremy. Roll call.
Erica.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
JJ.
Yes.
MC.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
That passed. And
Is that for December 29th?
that would be 20, it won't be 28 since the other one was tabled.
For December 2025-28, City of Case Springs, Benton County, Arkansas, ordinance accepting drainage evaluation recommendations and amending city ordinances and regulations accordingly, providing for the sunset of this ordinance, declaring an emergency for other purposes.
Do I hear a motion to approve? So moved. Got a motion by Jeremy, do I hear a second? Second. Second by MC. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mark.
Yes.
JJ.
Yes.
MC.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Erica.
Yes.
Okay, that's it passed.
Mayor, there's an emergency clause.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the emergency clause?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Roll call.
Mark.
Yes.
JJ.
Yes.
MC.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Erica.
Yes.
All right, that concludes our business for tonight. Do we have any comments or a motion to adjourn? Got a motion to adjourn from JJ, do I hear a second? Second from Jeremy. I thank you all. And Merry Christmas to everyone. We'll see you next year.
Wasn't that so much better the second time, Mark? Yeah, the first time he said,